Hey, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. How you doing? Just got back from the Courage Tour in Pittsburgh and survived the gauntlet of 40 media assassins. And I'm alive. So the interesting thing about the debate tonight is that I have my imaginary chair here. Donald Trump couldn't make it tonight on our show. He's busy. But the interesting realization is that this was, I'm always watching these debates with anxiety. I don't know about you. Other people like to watch them, but I feel like I'm in the debate. I don't know about you. It's like some people go to a movie and they get lost in the movie and they're yelling or they're screaming and it's like, shut up. But I feel that way when I watch these debates. Anyway, Vance from the beginning was smooth. Now I gotta say something. Waltz's mistake is that he's been avoiding hostile media because he doesn't want to gaffe. But you see, talking to hostile media, I've discovered, actually sharpens you. So what you saw is JD is like doing 5 hostile interviews a day. So it's like, hey, this is nothing. He's going to challenge the fact checkers. They can cut his mic out. He doesn't get flustered. He maintains poise. He doesn't ever lose it. So what you see there is the advantage of having to have tough conversations. Secondly, you also see where Walsh has not had the preparation. So he has those moments of he's what you call an external processor. JD is an internal process. JD is thinking. So he's kind of like got a quarterback face almost the whole time, steely-eyed, frozen. Walsh is an external processor, meaning his face is like, his comical is like Don Knotts from Andy Griffith. There's a secondary life after a debate that everybody misses, and that's since social media is so ubiquitous. With a guy like Waltz, there's going to be more memes of his expressions, more memes of his moments talking about, I'm a knucklehead. It's kind of like that great Alex Jones moment when he's with, Joe Rogan. He's like, I'm retarded. I mean, you don't give social media those moments, says the man who gives social media moments like myself. But especially in the post-debate world, there's going to be lots of memes that are going to be coming out. And it's going to create a whole secondary life. Now, the CNN poll is kind of fascinating. CNN, which is obviously, Democrat dominated. The poll had, gotta get rid of that chair. They were expecting Waltz to win over Vance 54 to like 46 or something like that, or 53 over 46. They expected Waltz to win. After the debate, they said it was really 51 to 48, which means that Vance had picked up like around 6 or 7 points with a Democrat audience. And that's significant because what it means is that even the people that don't want to say so said, well, he had a pretty good night. I mean, I'm not going to say it was a, slam dunk, but it was pretty good. In other words, begrudgingly, if the Democrats are saying he had a good night, trust me, he had a good night because he could have made a mistake. See, he had to deal with this whole weird brand. Now, he didn't come off weird at all. He came off rather calm, cool, cordial, and coherent. On the other hand, Waltz came off as, and his answers, like, why did you lie about Tiananmen Square? And he said, it's like, what are the consultants telling him and Harris? Well, I'm from a middle-class family, and in my neighborhood, and he says this funniest thing. He says, I rode my bicycle back in those days when the lights were on the streets. And that's how I served my country. He says that. I served my country riding my bicycle as a kid. I don't know. He was confusing his lines about when to say I served my country. He meant to say it later. But he goes on and gives the most convoluted answer as to, why did you lie? And the answer he comes up with is, hey, I say a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's stupid. And that is gonna live on. And maybe there's an endearing quality about that kind of fumbling, bumbling honesty. But compared or juxtaposition with Vance, it really wasn't the best. Now here's the deal. So if you are, and this is a lot of our people, this is Posobic's argument. He says, hey, if you are you want to vote for Trump, but you really don't like Trump, and you're having a problem in, like the suburban Philadelphia, you need a little push to vote for Trump, and you're out at a sporting event with other people and other parents, and politics comes up, and well, you could now say, well, I was on the fence with Trump, but after I saw J.D. Vance, I felt better. That's the key line. After I saw J.D. Vance, I felt better. And so it's those slim, thin slices of a point here and a point there. J.D. Vance didn't take Trump down. He pushed him over. And since they were branding him as weird, you got a beard and blue eyes, he's weird. Well, Waltz comes off as the oddball uncle, and who could say anything. And frankly, had Kamala Harris chosen the Jewish governor of Pennsylvania, Shapiro, it would have been a totally different debate. It would have been a 50-50 because these guys would have been sharp on sharp. But Waltz could have been skewered worse if JD wasn't trying to put on such an amicable display. I don't know why. I mean, I wanted him to expose Kamala as the more Marxist crazy that she is. I mean, she is like Caligula in the making, folks, let's face it. But, he could go there, but he didn't. And so he presented the amicable, cordial, civil, intelligent, decisive, and incisive side of the Trump ticket. And maybe that is a good strategy. Maybe Trump is enough, of the acerbic element, so to speak. So in the end, the undecided, or the ones leaning towards Trump but not sold, J.D. Vance helped them. The ones, but most people are already baked in, let's face it. Most people already made their decision one way or the other. Now the only other thing I want to say is, I need you guys to share this because I've been brutally suppressed by algorithmic pajama people who don't like my incendiary pro-Trump commentary. So you got to share this. I didn't say anything bad yet, did I? But share this because your people, it would help them to hear a little encouragement. And I'm being terribly suppressed now on media. It's sort of depressing in a way, but hey, what can I say? What can I say? At least I'm known in the New York Times and the Washington Post and the Huffington Post and the Daily Beast and the other Right-Wing Watch, the very important Soros-funded entities and left-wing rags. So, but on Facebook is where I want to talk to my peoples. Got 1 million people. You like to talk to them, but I can't get at them because they won't let me. It's an well, enough about me. Let's talk about my book. Have you read my book yet? No. Well, here's what I want to say. I want to say that the thing in Israel going on right now. Let me jump on that for a second. Israel, because I'm supposed to fly out to Israel in the next 48 hours. I want to do a quick poll. Should I go to Israel? Because, they looks like the flights are canceled for tomorrow. And I'm going to head to Perry Stone's tomorrow with Mario Murillo. Going to be at Perry Stone's in Tennessee. Then Israel the next day because the fall feast. I go there every year. I got Jewish family in Israel. And I'm a part Jewish, not entirely, but I have that in my DNA. And I love to go down every year during the feast days, and we preach to like 100 nations that are there, and we meet together. And I love to meet with a lot of them from Africa, and a lot of them from Asia. And it's just a great experience. But what do you think? I've got a divided staff. Some say, don't go, and some say, well, it's up to you. But let me know on Friday. If you think I should go to Israel. Go during the feast days. Yom Kippur. Yes, I know they were attacked in Yom Kippur. And I know about the Feast of Trumpets. But every time I go to Israel, I hear the Lord saying, the last time I went to Israel, I believe the Lord said, it is my desire to give you 4 more years with Trump. He didn't say he's going to do it. He said, it's my desire. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Pray. Why do we pray? Because God doesn't always evidently have his will done unless we prevail. But I'm doing everything I can, and so are you. But it's my will. And I said, why, Lord? He said, for the sake of other nations. It's not America. It's because the world, the stability of the nations, it needs what we've got. Now, Israel has hit Hezbollah so strong, bam, like that. Took out the head of the terror organization, right? And took it out on the 25th day of Elul, which in the 5th chapter of Nehemiah is written. It says it right there in the 16th verse. On the 25th day of Elul. That was when Nehemiah had built the wall successfully and established the wall. And I believe that Israel is now building a wall spiritually around its own protection on the 25th of Elul is when they took out the head of Hezbollah while Netanyahu was speaking at the United Nations on the 25th of Elul, Friday, the date written in the very book of Nehemiah. And the verse says that their enemies round about realized that God was with them. And I think even Israel's enemies are now realizing, all the way to Iran, yeah, they sent a whole barrage of ballistics. They have to save face. But the Iron Dome, the iron thing they got there, bam, took out David's sling, they call it. It took out those ballistic rockets. Now, the only problem is the terrorism, because they had 10 to 15 people killed in Jaffa today. That means that the indigenous, what's going to happen? You're going to have the terrorists getting up and enraged like wasps stinging throughout the country. And that's dangerous, isn't it? That's certainly dangerous. So let me know if you think I should go or not go. I'll broadcast if I go. I'll certainly let you know. We'll broadcast live from Jerusalem. Anyway, do share this with other people. Vance made it across the finish line tonight, did a brilliant job. Walt revealed what everybody was worried about, and that is that he's kind of a bumbling and fumbling guy. Not the guy you want getting the call at 4 a.m. about a potential war with Russia. I mean, that's like Barney Fife. He'll just shoot the gun off into the floor. So that's not the guy. Vance is in his 40, right? He's got a long future. If he lasts as long, if he does as long as Biden, he's going to outlast all of us. He's going to be here for another 40 years in public office. So we got some leadership for the future. It's there, but it'd be encouraged. Okay, share this with other people, and I look forward to talking to you some more. And God bless you. And I'll be checking in with you tomorrow. Let's see you later. Bye bye.